the dollar. So it looks like we're seeing some retracement. Price has, again, it hasn't done much, to be honest, since we've started the week, but we are having this slow grind to the upside, which is something we've been anticipating. I've said I'm still bearish on the USD. However, I do want to see a much bigger pullback in towards this area here, 107.6 to 108.4. That's kind of the area where I would anticipate another swing high to be and a continuation. So as long as we can maintain that structure and price doesn't start breaking through this, I would be expecting a little high to form and continuation to the downside. So I'm pretty bearish on the USD, bullish on quite a few USD majors, which we'll get to in a moment. Again, in terms of the overall trend, the market is still up, so we have to be careful. You know, this is still a major swing low, which gave us this push to the upside. So quite frankly, this could just be a deeper correction for price to continue. So I do have to watch out for that. But if price can respect this area and we don't break through, I would at least look for continuation back to the prior low, which is over here. Whether we go further or not, we'll find out, of course. But that is kind of the play I'm looking at this week at least, or for the next few days for the dollar. So still pretty bearish there. EURUSD looking at the opposite as well. Again, the key thing I like about Euro is how slow the market is moving. Well, not necessarily something to like about the market, but it does illustrate that the bearish trend is really running up momentum and we are slowly picking up pace to the upside. Hence why I do have a bullish bias for EURUSD as well. Not just because I do have a bearish bias for the DXY. Euro also is showing signs that, okay, we've tried to sell off a few times, but we haven't really mounted to much. And now it's starting to form some higher lows as well. So because of that, expecting more upside for Euro. The plan is to look for the next higher low. We've got one there, second, looking for a third. It looks like price is slowly working its way towards an area of interest. I did talk a lot about the high here on the left, especially on the weekly analysis, as a nice place for a retest and some longs. We're trading in that area now, so it's up to price to show us if we were going to reject this area or not. At the moment, last 4-hour candle was pretty bearish, so momentum is still with the bears. However, things can change pretty quickly. If you start to see some wicks shift the momentum back in the bullish direction, that could present some nice opportunities perhaps on the hourly chart. If, of course, we keep breaking through, I'll still be bullish, but I'll probably look at a deeper retracement. Price still does have some trendline confluence down here. I wonder if it would come a little bit deeper before going to the upside, which, again, will present some nice opportunities. And target-wise, I'm still expecting this high to be taken out and possibly a retest of the resistance up here at 1.062. If we do break through the trend line, though, however, that will make things a bit awkward. Not necessarily I'll be bearish again because we are still putting in the higher lows. So one over there, second, technically speaking, I need price to take out this low for me to, well, I wouldn't necessarily be bearish at that point. I'd probably just be very neutral in Euro, to be honest, because if you break through that low, things just get very, very awkward. So yeah. I am still bullish in Euro, looking for buys from either one of these areas, and then expectations back to the high there at 1.05350. Pound USD, pretty much a similar opportunity with this one as well, looking for a pullback for some more upside. But with pound, we just haven't seen the pullback. I feel like pound's been a little bit stronger this week. It looks like it's consolidating there a little bit on the lower time frames, but again, looking for a deeper correction for a buy and a continuation. Pound USD has some nice high lows already. One over there, second over there, third, looking for number 4, and hopefully some entries later in the week or maybe next week, depends how long it takes to retrace. But I like this area here, prior resistance turns support, and more or less lines up pretty well with that prior support level from a few weeks ago, back over here when we held it pretty well too. So there's some nice confluence down here for pound, just need to get there first, and then we can start looking for some entries. But again, same idea as Euro, looking for a correction and then push just back to where we came from pretty much. If we pull back from here, that would be the target for the trade. We could go a lot further. I've spoken about where pound USD is coming from, a very strong low. This low here gave us a massive swing to the upside, taking out that prior high. So at the moment, price is still respecting structure, and possibly it could be the catalyst for another big swing. Who knows? But we are respecting that area pretty well. Starting to see some bullish structure from it. So I do anticipate more upside there for pound. It's just, can we find that retracement into a nice area to look for entries? That's really the plan and really the big if. So we'll see if we can get that over the next couple days, but that is what I'm looking for. Dollar CAD, pretty bearish on as well too. Looking for some retracement as I've marked out this lovely consolidation as a place where price could get to before seeing some more downside. USD CAD for me looks like it's hit a bit of a top for the trend potentially. We had that consolidation for in the market for a while. Price looks like it's topped out with this massive break to the upside or gap to the upside. Then we had price really push down for a lot of momentum. And since then, we've actually taken out some support as well. So I do anticipate more downside there for dollar CAD. Looking at the weekly chart, you can see where we're trading massive areas of resistance. I do anticipate price to at least have some retracement from this. Again, not necessarily will have such a big move. We could do, but realistically, a push back to this area just below 1.4 looks like a good bet to have. So expecting a bit more downside for dollar CAD. Looks like we've potentially hit a bit of a top to that bullish trend, this bullish trend here. So as long as price can respect this area, I do see a lot more downside. The only way I'd back away from shorts for dollar CAD, at least in the 4-hour chart anyways, if we do break the range to the upside. If that happens, we might just be getting a deeper pullback anyway, but at that point, we're kind of breaking structure a little bit. So I would be a little bit more hesitant shorting. But at the moment, we haven't really done anything, just kind of consolidating at these lows. That still looks like a really nice area to get involved. So I would wait to see price push a little bit higher before starting to look for opportunities to take dollar CAD lower. In terms of Aussie dollar, pretty much looking what I'm looking with dollar CAD just flipped really. We've got this nice consolidation here, looking for the retest of that area for some buys. Again, Aussie dollar, you can see where we're trading. Massive level on the weekly chart, similar to dollar CAD coming to a big level. You can see what happened last time, really big push to the upside, and now price is there again. So possibly could see another big reaction, and especially with how the weekly and the daily is forming, it looks like that's exactly what we're getting. Really strong double bottom here, and now price is breaking through the highs to the upside. So I would expect a lot more upside now for Aussie dollar, as you can see, taking up the highs there with some nice momentum as well. So that's always a good sign. So Aussie dollar expecting a lot more upside here too. Again, in terms of specific targets for this one's a bit more, a little bit more difficult to spot specific targets. I'll probably just keep an eye on areas on the left really. As we continue up high, these are some highs to look at as we found prior resistance in those areas, 0.641, 645, 649. I'll keep an eye on those areas or keep it relatively simple. Let's say if we pull back from here, that of course would be a target back to the swing high. But in terms of entries, in terms of the setup, that's what I'm looking at, around the 0.63 area to take it to the upside. New Zealand dollar already had a strong reaction because we had the New Zealand interest rates yesterday, and price reacted very bullish to it. A really strong push to the upside, strong 4-hour candle close. I did say I like the longs for New Zealand dollar back down at this area. Didn't quite get there, and again, I wouldn't be there to take the trade anyway because this is when the interest rates happened, which was like 3 a.m. or something like that, and I'm sleeping at that time. So even if price did get there, wouldn't be there to take the trade. However, we didn't. So price potentially might still give us the opportunity. We might still come back down again. We'll have to wait and see. But that's still where the interest lies for New Zealand dollar. And again, a very similar setup to Aussie dollar. Really nice double bottom, as we can see, as price may be forming a bit of a bottom to this bearish trend over here. And of course, if you look to the left, really massive level of support in the weekly chart, which price is bouncing from as well. So there's room to the upside for New Zealand dollar, room to the upside for Aussie. And just seeing if I can find some entries for it. Hopefully we can come back and retest that area around 0.56. In terms of gold and silver, these guys are looking pretty bullish. Gold breaking the highs there. So that's a good sign that says, okay, the buyers are back in control. I wasn't a big fan of that double top from last week. But I did say yesterday that if price was to go and break the highs again, that will give me reinstated confidence that, okay, gold is still bullish, still attacking to the upside, and intraday buys could still look very good. However, we've only just cleared the high, so I'd like to see a bit more evidence of price really pushing through like what we got last time. Price broke through the highs, really ripped through to the upside, really showing us that the buyers are in control. We've done that many occasions, big break to the upside there, eventually a big break to the upside there. Even here, price had a big break to the upside. So I want to see evidence of more of this type of price action because it's been a very clear-cut, very strong bullish trend for gold. And of course, since we put the double top in, it's a sign that things are slowing down. However, a strong break of the high with some clear momentum is a strong sign that says, okay, we're still back in play, and the trend's still very much alive. We've still got 3K just above us here. I wonder if price has just really been attracted towards that area. And of course, if you do see a strong break of that level, this will leave behind some really nice levels for a buy and a continuation. So looks like gold's trying to push through. Let's see if it can. And if it does, there should be some nice continuation plays from the pullback. In terms of silver, that one's looking relatively bullish as well. Pushing to the upside, looks like it's starting to clear resistance. I'm still not getting too excited just yet because we're still kind of in the firing line of this level here, but it looks like price is starting to break through. So what I want to see is price go and create a new high, which is past this point there. And that will give me the green light to now look for more pullbacks and more upside, because I'm still expecting silver to get to the high here. That's still very much the play, still very bullish on silver. I'm not really interested in selling it. But if price can break through the high there, so break structure in the 4-hour chart again to the upside, that shows, okay, that was just a pullback. It wasn't a sell to start a bit of a bearish trend. The market's still bullish, and then we can look for some more pullback somewhere to take it to the upside, and targets back at 34.86. So still very bullish on silver. Looks like potentially we're seeing that happen. If we can break the high, then that will give me the green light, and then pullbacks all the way back to the daily swing high up there. But yeah, still pretty bullish on silver. Looks like gold is trying to become bullish again with the break of the high. So again, some pullbacks could look really good there intraday. Still pretty much bearish on USD, the DXY, and a lot of the USD majors. I'm expecting USD to be the weaker currency. So that's still very much the play for me for dollar.